Enter. Hey guys, so I only have a short amount of time here, so I thought I would go over this and see. I'm sure there's like riveting. I'm sure it's like, I'm sure she gives so many examples in here of what she claims of the changing stories. I'm sure she's going to show it's straight examples, right? I haven't even watched this, but give me 1 second. All right. I'm sure she's going to give many examples in this, and so we know what she's talking about, right? And she's going to. I'm sure she. Let's see. Let's see what it's all about.
Over the last almost 5 years, in one short month's time, Summer Moon Utah Wells will have been missing for 5 whole years. Summer was 5 years old when she was reported missing on the afternoon of June 15th, 2021. She was last seen outside of her home in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County in northeast Tennessee. She has never been seen.
When are you going to stop exploiting your fucking dogs and Summer Wells and Fred?
A lot of people have spoken out in this case. Neighbours, friends, enemies of the Wells family. But there's still no answers. YouTuber Ziggy married Fred Hill a couple of years ago now. Fred Hill being a neighbour of the Wells at the time Summer disappeared. He lives with Ziggy now in Indiana. But when I woke up this morning, I came upon this. Michelle Addy is a
Oh my god. Will you fucking get to the point?
Calls Fred a liar because Ziggy mistook when boys were removed by 1 week. So I thought, Michelle Addy, could she be talking about me? Michelle After Dark?
Oh my god, obviously. God, you're so dramatic.
Called Michelle Addy. Well, I took a little listen. Do you want to have a little listen? Okay.
Stupid.
You watched the whole fucking 3 hours?
Like, it must have been, she must have had absolutely nothing else to talk about. Trying to get something.
So while Ziggy sorts out her washing,
this is what you show? You're the one that replays it and shows me doing my laundry, dude. Are you a drama fucking channel now? A hate channel? You're gonna sit here and make fun of me for doing my laundry? And not bring up any of the points like in that whole thing? This is what you do?
Commentary, please.
Tomorrow. Like, it's crazy to me, guys. It's really, really fucking disappointing. Tell me how that makes Fred a liar, because me, not Fred, I do. Hey, Lisa. Because I say August. You guys, the boys were taken like the last week or almost the last week of July. And in a video where we're just talking, I say something like, I accidentally say August instead of July, which has nothing to do with Fred's, like, at all. That's quite different than him talking about his own experience, like around the time Summer went missing. That's going to be easier to remember dates because he recorded for law enforcement and had to go over certain things like the day of with law enforcement and days after. So that's going to be easier to remember on dates. Like, why would it be Fred's responsibility to have an exact remember exactly when the boys were taken, or even when Don Wells came down there and started talking about and crying about how he had claimed to call CPS? Like, that is hard. That is completely different than right after Summer goes missing. Everybody's gonna remember June 15th. That's easy. So yeah, it's not our children. It wasn't his children. There's nothing that it just doesn't. I don't understand how that is somehow means anything. Hey, sister. Oh, I know, Pat, but I'm sure that these people will have. Oh, I'm sure I'm doing laundry wrong. They're gonna critique everything down to the specific items. Oh no, those items don't match quite right.
Oh, listen, I dump everything in. Whites, colours, black things. And guess what? Nothing bad has ever happened to my laundry. Look, guys, she's referring to this video that I made the other day. And again, I assume she's talking about me. Who else can she be talking about?
I mean, who else could you be fucking talking about? You talk about us, like, constantly, dude. What are you talking about? I never fucking talk about you. Ever. Never talk about you, Michelle.
It was actually Jody Sue. It was Jody Sue who accused Fred of July.
You put in your title that he was a liar. You did. Oh my God.
Lying. I'm going to use that again and again and again. But I agree with her. Right. So we've got Jody Sue responding to a conversation that Ziggy and Fred had with Jason Jensen, who is a PI, several months ago. But Ziggy has only just made this public. So I'm responding to Jody Sue responding to Ziggy and Fred in conversation with Jason Jensen. I hope that makes sense, but if not, well, keep up.
Wow, dude.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
But it was Jody Sue.
Well, when he came and was wanting me to go to Knoxville and try to negotiate a deal with his dealer.
Fred said that Don had gone to him in August of 2021 and wanted Fred to help him negotiate something, like a deal, with his dealer. Okay, then.
So since it was, we say August, in a private phone call, this is your big news. Hey guys, Paula, Rihanna, and Jessica.
The same, or the next mornings when he had called for the supposedly BCS to come get the boys, he tried to say they weren't safe there because
of 2021. And you want to tell them about the boys? What this is all about? Because he came down to Fred's in August of 2021, and you want to tell them about the boys situation when that happened?
So she said August of 2021, all right, but Fred was right there, so Fred could have, interrupted her.
He could have interrupted her, or really, Michelle? This is a freaking private conversation with Jason Jensen, and because Fred didn't interrupt me and say August, and he should have interrupted me, come on. This is so petty.
her and said, no, it was July. But I understand. I get it that maybe she's wrong from like a week, because it was indeed the last week of July that the boys were taken. So this is from July 23rd, 2021. And this is the video I made when the news came out that the boys had been taken by CPS. And I was reading out a bunch of different Facebook comments that members of Don's extended family were talking about. This is from Trish, his step niece. The fact that your kids got taken away has nothing to do with me. It's because of your actions and lifestyle. You know as well as anyone that witnessed it what a piece of shit parent that you are. I watched you abuse Donnie and Margie all growing up. They went without food and were always filthy. I watched you hit them, and both of them told me you were SAing them. So stop trying to pretend you are this amazing person when you aren't. So pretty strong.
So, okay, sorry about that. So you're saying that the boys were taken last week of July.
So it would have been shortly before July 23rd, 2021. I knew it was around that time because they were taken just a few days before Candice did that interview with Chris McDonough. You know, when they went to the swimming hole and Chris McDonough went round the house.
Okay.
110. Ziggy could have been wrong by a week, a little bit more than a week. Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. No, you're just being petty, Michelle. And you've joined on the drama train. You're picking at every fucking little thing. This is your content out of the whole call, was basically what I was stating. It's just really, really petty and silly. And I never, ever fucking address you and all the fucking bullshit you put out. And I'm sure you're going to show us right here about the changing stories, right?
When your kids got taken?
Well, when he came and was wanting me to go to Knoxville and try to negotiate a deal with his dealer.
Yep. Who was that? Don?
Don did. I did. Yeah. And then the next mornings when he had called for the supposedly BCS to come get the boys, he tries.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fred, the boys weren't taken in August. Some of us were there as they were in.
Okay, so that I just don't understand how, because the boys weren't taken August, and I say August in a phone call, a private phone call about around the time, it just is so stupid. It really is.
Bitch, that was in July. Fred be July.
Fred be July. I know she has.
Oh yeah, it's a lie. It's a lie automatically, right? It's a lie automatically because I misstated.
I don't hate anyone. I think they're all lying in some way, shape, or form. I think they tell some truth, but I don't believe any of them. To make something fact in this case, I know you can't see me on screen, but I'm doing air quotes right here. To say something's fact, I want a piece of information backed up by multiple sources. Law enforcement aren't talking, so you have to try to deduce what's true and what isn't based on a whole bunch of different people who you just can't believe. So do I believe Fred? No. Do I believe Jodie Sue?
No.
No.
What don't you believe? What is it you don't believe? Are you going to give us fucking examples?
Candice, no.
What?
I mean, look,
Okay,
Look,
tell us
some
exactly
things that
what
any
you
of
don't
them have said,
believe,
I'm sure are
Michelle.
true. It's just, how do we know what is true and what isn't?
I know she exploits the fuck out of these dogs to try to pull at people's heartstrings and try to get more views every
I
single
built
video.
this website overnight
She's
and it helped launch
exploiting
my career.
Fred and Summer Wells for
There's
content
beauty in
here
every-
over something so
But
petty.
Ziggy's got herself all hot and bothered about the fact
Yeah.
that I said that Fred be
How many
the lion.
videos have you done, Michelle? And I've never fucking even responded.
Listen, could it be that Don went to Fred and said that he needed Fred to go with him to Knoxville to negotiate some deal with his dealer, and the very day after the boys were taken, Ziggy got the month wrong and Fred didn't correct it? Yeah, sure. But surely Ziggy can't stand by her man for very much longer. Why? Because there are things that are blatant
Let's see the
lies.
blatant lies.
Loyalty that she's showing is
I want to
incredible.
hear it.
But I don't hate Ziggy. I don't dislike Ziggy.
Okay,
Ziggy has
well,
brought
let's hear
some
the
useful
blatant
things
lies,
to
dude.
the table in the Summer Wells case. We wouldn't know anything about Fred, would we? Not being for Ziggy. She took one for the team in marrying the guy. So, look, I know I'm being a little bit flippant and a little bit funny here, but the big thing that Fred lied about is going to the junkyard. This was long before Fred
she's
got
going
married.
to play fucking Laura and say Fred's a liar.
So this would have been
Oh
from...
my God, are you serious?
2023.
Because...
When did they marry? Did they marry in 2024, I want to say? So this was when Laura, Fred's then partner, was talking on...
So
YouTube.
this makes Fred a liar because of Laura says something different about the junkyard. It couldn't be Laura that was wrong, right?
Panel here with Ziggy, K-Crime, and someone called Jam420. And this video I made in August 17th, a couple of days after this live, because I really believed what Fred and Laura had said about the junkyard. Do you remember? Fred said when he first spoke to Ziggy, what was that? January 2022, I want to say. Look, I get dates wrong. I can understand you might be a month out. One of the very first times that Ziggy met with Fred and interviewed him and recorded his speech.
Are you going to play him saying
he
this?
He said that he and Laura were loading cars
to
take them to the junkyard.
Yes, did say that.
And Laura, during this live stream, even named the junkyard that they went to.
They go there all the time.
To what I said on August 17th, 2023.
Okay, let's hear it.
You again with Ziggy, and she actually named it, and it's Hilltop Salvage, which is kind of the north end of Kingsport, nearly in Virginia. And that closes at 5, but doesn't accept vehicles after 4. So they had a hard kind of cut-off. They had to be there for 4. I guess if you get there at 5 past, they might let you in. But it's a half-hour drive. So they had to set up
show. What does this even prove? I don't understand.
At 3:30 at the latest. So not 4:30.
Are you going to show Fred he got to the junkyard?
If it's indeed the case that they went to Hilltop.
Right, so Laura even named the junkyard.
Okay, yes.
Doesn't accept scrap after 4.
Right.
So Fred had originally said that they set off from Ben Hill sometime around 4:30-ish on June 15th. And by the time they got back, the holler was all shut down.
Oh, are you playing? Look at this, and she's just saying Fred said and not playing anything he said. Is she going to play what he said?
But then, once it became known that it was Hilltop that they went to, which is a half-hour drive away, which doesn't accept vehicles after 4, then the obvious conclusion was that it had to be 3:30. and Fred was just wrong about the time. Listen to what Laura said.
Usually we went to the grocery store and to James' house, and then we went straight home.
Is that on the day Summer went missing?
Yeah, pretty much. We done the same thing every day.
What time did you get home, Laura? I'm sorry, Ziggy.
That evening, it was about 6 o'clock.
Did you learn as you were coming in that Summer was missing?
Oh, yeah. The law was everywhere. The law stopped us and told us that she was missing.
Oh my god. There's a lot of ads on this content that's on this drama content.
So was Dawn already there?
Yes.
Okay, so Dawn was there and law enforcement was there. You guys got there.
Yep.
I left here at like 4:30, and then when I come back in, they done had the holler shut down.
Yeah, so this is the original time. So I've
Okay.
got it in here. 4:30.
That doesn't mean any lies, Michelle. What are you talking about?
They had the holler shut down.
Has anybody figured out where the lie is? He says he leaves around 4:30 because he had to come back in. Remember, there's a broke down motorcycle. They don't make it to the junkyard, Michelle. How many times do we have to say that? What? This is so.
Laura, wrong about the time they came back. It must have been 7 rather than 6, because at 6 o'clock, Summer hadn't even been reported missing yet. It was around 7 when they started to arrive. So you have to assume that Laura's wrong by an hour. Like you had to assume that Fred was wrong by an hour, that they didn't actually set off at 4:30.
There is no proof in this. It's literally her and her dogs the rest of the fucking video, dude. You showed nothing of no proof of anything. Am I wrong, guys? Can you correct me, like, for real? I really wanted to understand what she was trying to say. I really, really did. This is my first time watching this. Can you show me where the lie was? They did not make it, Michelle, to the junkyard. They did not make it there. They were late because Andy passed and he had to unhook the trailer. He was all the way down at the end. He was going back and forth 167, 207. And he had to the trailer and stuff was covered like in the road. It's a one-way road. Only has room for one car. So he had to move his trailer a couple times, like when Andy came in, and then took forever to come back out, whatever he was doing down there. So Fred rehooked it up, thinking Andy wasn't coming out anytime soon, and then here comes Andy in the blue truck again. So he has to unhook again, and that's why he didn't make it. How is this fucking, I don't understand. There's nothing fucking showed in this. So where is the lie? Can somebody please show me the lie? She showed nothing about a lie whatsoever.
3:30. But then what came out from Fred was that they didn't go to the junkyard at all.
Yep.
Do you remember this?
Yep.
So, this elaborate story.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're sitting here telling us an elaborate story. What elaborate story? What elaborate story, Michelle, are you talking about? There's no elaborate story at all. Even in the other interview, it doesn't show, even in Laura's words, it doesn't show any lies or any, it shows a different time, or it says a different, I don't understand. Okay, Michelle. I thought this would have something more spectacular in it. But it's as exactly as I thought, and that's why I put riveting response, because it's absolutely nothing. Even Michelle can't pinpoint the lie. She's a bullshit artist. Her coverage on Sebastian is very biased and full of misinformation about him running away. Thank you, Jaded. Thank you, guys. Like, I'm serious. I want to know. Like, I really want to understand. Is Ziggy stand by her man? I would not ever stand by something that straight up lies, no matter if it's the person I'm with or not. I stand by him because he's honest. Are you for real? That is so this video is so unfair, Michelle. It is. It's completely unfair. There's nothing in this that shows anything about a lie. Did you show, like, Fred lying? I don't see anything. You're saying there's something that was said, and you're not showing anything. The elaborate story, yeah, they were planning on going to the junkyard. That is what was supposed to be happening. It did not happen. This is no lie.
They didn't go there at all. They
didn't go there at all.
They loaded cars up, but they were too late, so they didn't go to the junkyard at all that day.
Yep.
Do you remember that? Do you remember Fred saying that? And that's where we're at right now. That they didn't go to the junkyard.
Right.
That they went there frequently, but that particular day, they did not go there. They were too late, and they decided not to go. So why the elaborate story, even naming the junkyard, could Laura just be wrong? Yeah, they normally went to Hilltop, but they didn't go that day. And Fred finally told the truth.
Fred finally told the truth? What are you talking about? He never said they went to the junkyard. That they made it to the junkyard. Did you play that clip in there? He finally told the truth. Like, come on, this is so ridiculous. Are you going to show where Fred stated in his own words that they go to the fucking junkyard, and then later on him saying he didn't go to the junkyard? You don't show that at all. No, that's not true. She even stated that she agreed with, she says in this video, I just played Jody Sue's words, but I agreed with Jody Sue. And in her title, Sid, she called Fred a liar. Okay? She called Fred a liar because I accidentally said August that the boys were taken. Fred is a sweetheart. I don't understand why what her point of this video is. Oh, he finally told the truth. You didn't show anything, Michelle.
But don't you think it's odd that these changing stories?
No changing stories. You show nothing.
Things that Fred said that are obvious, either lies or untruths, like Rose Bly being a prostitute and living at the well.
What? He never said Rose Bly was a fucking prostitute. What the fuck are you talking about? I'd love to hear that too. He thought he saw Rose Bly down there over at the wells. A woman that looked like Rose Bly. He said that. Like, what? Since he said he thought a woman that looked like Rose Bly, that he saw a woman that looked like her? And he still believes today that it could have been her? He never said she was a prostitute? What the fuck?
Cannot possibly be true, but you can conceivably say, well,
it cannot possibly be true. That he saw Rose Bly down at the wells. Okay. Or a woman that looked like Rose Bly. And now he kind of wonders if it's that other Rose woman. This is insane, dude.
Someone else, and Fred just thought that was Rose Bly. So you can excuse him things like that. It's funny, but you can excuse him things like that.
Funny.
But when it's something really crucial about the day that somebody disappeared, and Ziggy said herself just last night that you remember those things.
Yep.
You remember those
okay,
things.
So where did he lie about on the day of? Have you showed that yet?
Everything that happened that day, because it's a really significant day. Yeah, well, why then have we had this massive changing story on the very day?
Where have you showed that? Have you showed the changing story? Because I have yet to see it. Have you showed Fred changing his story in his own words? She's just following the herd. I know. This is ridiculous. Are you going to show the massive changing story, Michelle? Please do. Please put,
Junkyard set off at 4:30 originally, then it had to be 3:30, and then it was they didn't go to the junkyard at all that day. So tell me.
Them leaving the hauler that day does not equate them going to the fucking junkyard. They did leave out of the hauler around close to 4. And that's when they saw the broke down person on the motorcycle about 1.5 miles down the road on Beach Creek when they turned right out of Ben Hill. Fred came back and got his trailer, so that could be why he said 4:30 when he left out, because he came back in and got his trailer and went back out, so that time could have been around 4:30. Michelle, you're not understanding what exactly happened. Man, it seems to me the people who Fred didn't want to talk, it seems to me it's the people who Fred didn't want to talk to that seem to do the most. Why? She's never even, this woman hasn't even freaking gave Fred even, hasn't even tried to.
Tell me, Ziggy, why you continue to stand by your man when there are so many discrepancies?
Are you going to show the fucking discrepancies, Michelle? You're just saying so many and lies. You showed nothing in that video. 0. Listen, Under Your Scars, I have never responded to one of her fucking videos. I can't remember ever responding. So I do fucking ignore it. But I wanted to hear her because I thought that she was a reasonable person. So maybe, if I listened here and saw her point, I would understand where she's coming from. But I'm just as lost as I was at the beginning of this. Because I'm still waiting to hear a discrepancy. Besides coming out of her own fucking mouth, the shit she's spewing. There's literally nothing.
What he says. And I'm not saying that Fred has anything at all.
Oh, I'm not saying anything at all. You're saying he's a liar and you're not showing any proof of it. If I listened to her, I'd be wrong all the time when speaking on Summer's case. Well, you guys, I tried to listen to this, and I with an open mind, but there's literally nothing in it that shows any fucking.
Don't you think it's odd that there's been so many changing stories?
I would think it's odd if it were true what you're saying, but you're not showing anything. So how about you fucking show in his own words, this discrepancy that you're talking about? She used to show some receipts, roll a claim. She has none other than that clip crap. And it's not even anything. The stuff she showed did not prove her point at all. So, and I watched it with open mind, thinking there was something in there, but there's nothing besides her calling Fred a liar and saying there's discrepancies, but showing zero. The only time I have never heard Fred say out of his mouth that they made it to the scrapyard. I'm the one there for the longest time because it was 6 months before I talked to Fred again. The first time I talked to him and 6 months after. And I'm the one that got it mixed up. She's been doing this lately. She started going hard after Fred after her interview. Yeah, she's been doing this though. Because obviously it gets her the views. I'm sure go look at her other views compared to the ones that she talks about Fred in it. So, Michelle, your video proves nothing, just like I fucking figured. Because I live with the dude, and we talk the case all the time, and if there would be a discrepancy, I would have fucking noticed it. I'm not just blindly standing by him because, he's my man. Are you fucking for real? I would never stand by somebody lying on a missing child's case. If you showed me him saying actually a discrepancy, then I would understand where you're coming from and I would address it then, but I still have the only discrepancy I have ever heard is Fred saying instead of 4 or 4:30 leaving the holler, saying 5:30. That's the only time I've heard a discrepancy. I can't believe she didn't show any examples in this whole thing. I'm the one that said that they made it to the fucking scrapyard. I'm the one that got it wrong. You're just going on here saying there's all these changing stories and he's a liar, but you're giving zero examples, except your own words and some clip content that doesn't even apply. Have you ever stated that you made it to the junkyard? Have you ever?
Just in the interview, I said something when I was talking about leaving when we was talking and stuff, and I said something about how 6 or 7 off that day. What I was meaning was moving them from top of the hill to the bottom of the hill and stuff. I ain't actually mean hauling them to the junkyard. I mean hauling them off.
And there's two properties too. 167-207.
That is that's kind of this is a freestyle. Natural life. She's been looking into Tiffany here.
The Tiffinator?
Huh?
The Tiffinator?
Yeah.
Why?
To see if she recognized her and stuff. I seen a comment and somebody.
Oh my god, dude!
Because she was.
Nana for Life is trying to look into you, Tiffinator. Oh no!
She was talking last night.
Wow. All right, guys, I gotta go.
I just don't know.
I know they start coming. See how they do this? How they fucking harass people, dude? That comment, anything, or back anything that Fred says, they go and harass them. like Tiffinator can't even give her experience as a local in the area and tell the truth without these people coming to her comments and harassing her because of it. I'm going to try, guys. I have to go to court, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.